Welcome to today's presentation on leaky gut. My name is Kinsey and I am Immuno Laboratories Holistic Health Coach. I am quite surprised today's presentation wasn't one of the first presented, but I think it will definitely be the most important. The majority of my clients come to me with symptoms that can be the result of a permeable gut lining they never knew they had. If you know you have leaky gut or want to make sure you never develop leaky gut, then this presentation will be of much value to you. Over 2,000 years ago, Hippocrates said, "All disease begins in the gut," but we're only now coming to understand just how right he was. Research over the past 2 decades has revealed that gut health is critical to overall health. The term leaky gut syndrome is used to describe the condition of hyperpermeable intestines, a fancy medical term that means the intestinal lining has become more porous, with more holes developing that are larger in size and the screening out process is no longer functioning properly. The fallout results in larger, undigested food molecules and other bad stuff, such as yeast, toxins, and all other forms of waste that your body normally doesn't allow through to flow freely into your bloodstream. Symptoms of leaky gut can vary from person to person depending on the level of damage in the tissues being affected. Multiple food sensitivities can be a sign that your immune system is developing antibodies to everything you are eating. Nutritional deficiencies are a sign of lacking vitamins and minerals from the improper breakdown of food in your intestines. Chronic diarrhea and constipation are signs of inflammation of the intestinal walls from leaky gut. Skin rashes are your body's way of trying to dump the toxins through the skin perforations. A poor immune system will result from your body trying to wage war on itself and ignoring all the viruses and bacteria we encounter on a daily basis, allowing you to get sick more often. Headaches, brain fog, memory loss, and excessive fatigue are a result of the inflammation of tissue and toxin buildup. Yeast overgrowth, like candida, will cause cravings for sugar and carbs, gas, bloating, and anxiety. All of these things, all leading back to one thing, which is the constant stream of foreign objects being allowed to enter your bloodstream. Chronic stress and gut flora imbalance lay the foundation for leaky gut. Environmental toxins such as fluoride and certain medications, poor diet, and/or infections, such as H. pylori, can also trigger leaky gut. First, stress turns off digestion. In a domino effect, it first diminishes our production of stomach acid. In turn, a state of low stomach acid leads to inadequate enzyme production, bile release, and compromised movement of food through the digestive tract. All of these factors wreak havoc on the balance of beneficial bacteria in the gut. Due to low stomach acid, bile, and enzymes, proteins, carbs, and fats are not properly digested. This deteriorates the good gut bacteria. Further, the stagnation of food due to slowed peristalsis fosters pathogenic bacteria to overgrow. With less protective gut flora, the vulnerable intestinal lining is under assault. Healing leaky gut means allowing the gut to regenerate so the intestinal lining is no longer permeable. However, maintaining a healthy gut in our modern lifestyle requires exactly that, maintenance. Certain foods universally aggravate leaky gut. Leaky gut protocols, including the GAPS diet and the autoimmune paleo protocol, remove specific types of carbohydrates that can prevent gut regeneration and feed the pathogenic bacteria. They also provide nutrients from meats, vegetables, and bone broth that are crucial for gut repair. For a leaky gut dietary protocol, I recommend the Gut and Psychology Syndrome and the Paleo Approach books. Cookbooks that I like are the Paleo Approach Cookbook, the Autoimmune Paleo Cookbook, and Nourish, the Paleo Healing Cookbook. Important thing you can do to heal and prevent a leaky gut is to stop eating foods that damage and inflame the gut lining. It can take 6 months or more for the gut to fully heal depending on the extent of the damage, the health of the gut microflora, and your individual genetics. Until the gut is completely healthy, it is important to abstain from all grains, legumes, and dairy products, although some people may tolerate ghee and/or butter from grass-fed sources. It is also crucial to avoid additives in processed foods, many of which irritate the gut, and refined sugars, which promote inflammation. It's very important to be mindful of both your omega-6 and your omega-3 fats intake. Omega-6 fats, which are found in large quantities in modern vegetable oils, meat from grain-fed animals, and many nuts and seeds, increase inflammation. Omega-3 fatty acids, which are found in large quantities in wild-caught fish, pasture-raised eggs, and meat, decrease inflammation. To help reduce overall inflammation and heal the gut, aim for a 1-to-1 ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acid intake in your diet. There are several ways of doing this. You can make sure that all of the meat in your diet is from grass-fed animals. You can eat plenty of wild-caught seafood, or you can supplement with a good quality fish oil. If you have a leaky and inflamed gut, chances are very good that your resident good bacteria are having trouble too. To help restore their numbers and their diversity, eat as many different good sources of probiotics as possible. You can do this by taking probiotic supplements and changing brands every time you buy a bottle. One question Sue had was asking why I tell people to change the brands. The reason being is that different brands all have different strains, which helps with increasing your gut microflora diversity. Even better, you can consume probiotic-rich foods like unpasteurized sauerkraut and other unpasteurized fermented vegetables, kombucha tea, and coconut milk yogurt and kefir. All of these can be found at alternative grocery stores, and some can be found online, but all can also be made easily and inexpensively at home. Yes, I'm making a page strictly on why we once again should eat our veggies. However, if you are in need of a friendly reminder, vegetables are rich in antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals which help control inflammation and just about every other normal function of the body. Eating a variety of vegetables every day will provide all of the essential vitamins and minerals in a way that is easy for the body to absorb. Fruits, especially berries, are also a good source of antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals. I recommend eating vegetables at every meal. I know it can be a bit strange getting used to eating vegetables at breakfast, but it's amazing what a difference it can make to how you feel for the rest of the day. My favorite way to incorporate veggies into my breakfasts, other than with green smoothies, is to make healthy zucchini bread flavored pancakes using a grated zucchini. I also like making pumpkin pie flavored oatmeal using a can of pumpkin puree. After all, what would green eggs be without some sautéed kale mixed in?
Meal itself, it's important to provide it with plenty of good quality protein, which is needed to make all those new cells and connective tissues, as well as vitamins, minerals, and good fats. There are two other healing foods that are very important to include, which are coconut and bone broth. Antimicrobial, short and medium-chain saturated fats, like those found in coconut oil and other coconut products, help to reduce overgrowth of bad yeast, fungus, and bacteria in the small intestine. Medium-chain saturated fats are very gentle on the cells that line the gut since they can be absorbed without being broken down by digestive enzymes and used for energy without any modification. This source of easy energy is very helpful for healing the lining of the gut. Broth made from the bones of chicken, turkey, duck, beef, lamb, pork, and/or fish are antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and contain nutrients which help rebuild the integrity of the digestive tract. Most importantly, broth is rich in the amino acids proline and glycine, which help regulate digestion, reduce inflammation, and promote gut healing in every part of the body. If you can follow the above protocol, you are well on your way to healing your gut for good. Before I wrap things up, a couple of you reached out to me with questions specific to leaky gut, which I would like to address now. The first question comes from Lori, who asks if immune responses to foods is caused by too much intestinal permeability, will the reaction occur after the intestine was healed? As I keep referring to leaky gut and food sensitivities in the same sentence, it would only make sense that's the case, right? Unfortunately, Lori, this isn't always a cause and effect type of situation. What I mean by this is that having a sensitivity isn't always the result of having a leaky gut. There can be many reasons why reactions occur, which can come down to the simple answer that your body is just not reacting well to that type of food. However, by healing the intestines, it can certainly help from going from a massive amount of food sensitivities to a less shocking number. The next question we have comes from Crystal. Crystal says, I just got my blood print 154 results back, which show I am reactive to 52 foods. My chiropractor said with these results and all of my other symptoms, I am sure to have leaky gut. However, my concern is that most of my reactive foods are AIP friendly and my non-reactive, or foods I am allowed to eat, are to be avoided while on the AIP diet. I don't know what to eat, and sometimes it feels better to just skip meals so I can avoid the stress of trying to find something to eat. Crystal, I know sometimes when we are in a tough situation, it might feel easier to give up with whatever we are being faced with than to proceed to the finish. In your case, it sounds like the tough situation has to do with food. First, I want you to remember that skipping meals while on your journey to heal is the very last thing you should do or even let cross your mind. This is because your body needs the most nutrients it can get right now, and that nourishment can only come from foods you are feeding yourself. Therefore, when it comes to your type of situation, which is very common with the clients I work with, here's what I can tell you. Instead of jumping to eliminate your reactive foods and following one of the leaky gut diet protocols, which will be too restrictive, focus on healing your gut first. This is because it might not matter which foods we test. If it's being leached into your bloodstream, then it's going to show as an invader, since these foods don't belong in your bloodstream. We could test 500 foods and see that 400 show reactive for this reason alone. However, taking the steps to heal the gut would likely reduce the majority of your sensitivities so that you can find out which ones you are truly reactive to. From here, you can eliminate your reactive foods to prevent further inflammation in your body from triggering other symptoms or leading to gut permeability in the near future. Thank you to all the viewers for tuning in today. I look forward to answering more of your questions next time. Please send questions to kinseyvd@immunolabs.com.